How many times have you told someone you love, I can't tonight, I'm exhausted, or I don't have time right now, or maybe this weekend? And you probably meant it. You were working, you were tired, you had responsibilities. Sometimes there wasn't anything left in your tank. But what happens when the job goes away? What happens when you suddenly have the time? Because that's what happened to me. I got laid off at 54 and accidentally retired, and I discovered something I wasn't expecting. I lost my excuse. I couldn't blame work anymore. And that meant every time I said no, every time I didn't make the call, every time I didn't show up, I had to get honest about why. Hi, guys, I'm Carrie, and this is Retired by Accident. And for basically my entire working life, I had the world's most convenient excuse: I don't have time. Didn't work out? I don't have time. Didn't cook a real dinner? I don't have time. Didn't call my sister back? Didn't read the book? Didn't start the project I kept saying I wanted to start? I don't have time. And right behind that excuse was its close cousin: I'm too tired. I'm too exhausted. I'm too stressed. Work wore me out, and I don't have anything left to give right now. And it wasn't even a lie. I really didn't have time. And I really was exhausted. A job, a commute, all the stuff that goes with being a working adult, trying to pay the bills and raise a family. Those excuses held up. Nobody questioned them. I didn't even question them. But I got laid off, which somehow turned into an accidental retirement at age 54. And somewhere in the last however many months, I noticed something a little uncomfortable. I can't use those excuses anymore. I have time. I have so much time. I have more time than I've had since I was a kid. And I'm not exhausted from my job because I don't have a job anymore. And that means every single time I don't do something, I have to actually be honest with myself about why. It's not that I don't have time to exercise. It's that I don't want to get off the couch. It's not that I don't have time to cook something healthy. It's that standing at the stove sounds like more effort than I feel like giving right now. It's not that I don't have time to write that thing or start that project or organize that closet. It's that I'd simply rather not. Let me give you an actual example. Maybe you'll relate. I used to tell myself that when I had more time, I was going to teach dance classes again. It's one thing that I truly loved to do years ago. But when I was working, I decided I didn't have the time and I didn't have the energy. It takes a whole lot of both to write lesson plans and choose music and write choreographies that work in the new moves, not to mention all the business side of it. I always told myself that when I no longer had to work so much, I would start teaching dance again. Well, a few days ago, I was chatting with a girlfriend who used to be one of my dance students, and she asked me if I considered taking up dance again now that I'm not working. And suddenly, I had to confront my old excuses. I certainly have the time now. I definitely have the energy. What else do I really have to do beyond making YouTube videos? So, what happened to my excuse? It didn't get replaced with a better one. It just kind of got replaced by silence because I don't really have a good answer for why I haven't done it. And I had to tell her honestly that I don't think I actually want to teach dance classes again. I'm not 100% sure I really wanted it, even when I said it was my dream, because, well, if I really had wanted it, I'd be doing it now instead of filming this video. And here's the bit that gets really honest: that I'm too tired from work wasn't just an excuse I used on myself. It was an excuse I used on other people, even people I love. I'm too tired to go to your thing tonight. I'm too stressed to have a real conversation right now. Can we make it this weekend? I'm too exhausted to take you to the lake today. I don't have the energy to make you a healthy meal. Let's just get takeout. My kids would ask me to do something, or my sister would ask me to help with something, or a friend would want to get together. And work gave me a built in, completely legitimate reason to say, not right now. And it usually was legitimate. At least it felt like it. That's what made it such a good excuse, right? Nobody could argue with it, including me. So now work is gone. When someone asks me to show up for them, I don't have that excuse in my back pocket anymore. If I say I don't have time to help my sister with something, or I'm too tired to really be present for a friend tonight, that's not usually true anymore. And I know it's not true. And worse, they know it too. And look, wanting to relax is not a character flaw. I'm retired. I earned some couch time. But what I've had to get honest about is the difference between resting on purpose and just defaulting to nothing or to nobody, because sometimes avoiding people is a lot easier than showing up. And I'm thinking that these two things can look identical from the outside. It's the same couch, same blanket, same me not doing the thing, not making the call, not driving over, but they feel completely different on the inside. And only I know which one is actually happening. Because here's something that nobody tells you about early retirement. You think the hard part is going to be the money, and sure, that's part of it. But this is what actually messes with your head. All of your excuses just evaporate. And what's left? It's just you and your actual choices about how you spend your time and who you spend it on with nothing to hide behind. When I was working, I'm too tired, I don't have time, was doing a lot of the heavy lifting for me. It let me off the hook with myself and with everyone else. Then I didn't have to ask myself harder questions, questions like whether I actually wanted to do the thing or show up for that person, whether I was just scared of it or comfortable avoiding it. That excuse was protecting me from a good amount of discomfort. Now I have to decide if I really don't want to do the thing. And then I have to decide how to present that, hopefully without hurting anyone's feelings. How do you tell someone that you don't want to meet for lunch because you're perhaps tired of listening to them complain? Perhaps you really do want to be there for them, but maybe not quite so often. Or how do you let someone down when you really just don't want to do what they've asked? You can't just say, sorry, I have to work anymore. Retirement took that excuse away. And what I found underneath it wasn't laziness, at least not always. It was just me avoiding things and sometimes avoiding people, the same way anybody avoids things, except now I couldn't blame my job for it. So these days, when I catch myself not doing something or not showing up for someone, I try to actually finish the sentence honestly, at least to myself. It's no longer either I don't have time or I'm too tired. But now there's a third option. I just don't want to. And most days, if I'm honest, it's the third one. Because when you're working, you tend to think that if you just had more time, you'd finally become this incredibly productive person. You would exercise every day, you would cook amazing meals, you'd organize your entire house, you'd learn a new language, you'd read all those books, you'd finally take up that hobby that you've always wanted to try. You would become the person who gets up at 5 a.m. and does yoga and journals and meditates and makes sourdough. And maybe you will, but having more time does not automatically turn you into that person. It really just gives you more time to be exactly who you already were. Because the truth is that exhaustion and lack of time weren't the only things stopping you from doing those things. And you might just discover that some of the things you thought you wanted were really just things you thought you should want. And that's been one of the strangest parts of early retirement for me. I'm having to figure out what I actually want to spend my time on when I don't have to spend my time on anything. And that's a question that I hadn't ever pondered before. If you're retired or getting close to it, I want to know, what did you think you'd have time for in retirement that you still haven't gotten around to? Tell me in the comments. And if this one hit home, hit like and subscribe. And thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time.